Yeah, and let's bring in Democratic Congressman Brendan Boyle of Pennsylvania. He's the ranking member of the Budget Committee. Congressman, first, a reaction to the IEA releasing 400 million barrels of oil from emergency reserves. Again, the largest release ever.
Well, it shows you how dire the situation is. You know, I was really interested in your report. I'll share my anecdotal information from this side of Pennsylvania. I'm in the Philadelphia area. About 10 days ago, a gas right down the street here, where I happened to pump up, was $2.99 a gallon. It is now showing $3.59 a gallon. And yesterday morning, when I happened to fill my tank, I went to do another errand, and then I drove by 15 minutes later, and they had hiked the price by 15 cents. So that just shows you how not only is this a 50, 60 cent increase, but how dramatically and how quickly the prices have changed all of a sudden. I don't ever remember any situation like this. So this was a war of choice. This was launched by Donald Trump completely unnecessarily without the approval of Congress. And now it is the American people here in the biggest battleground state of Pennsylvania, but all throughout the nation, who are paying the price for Trump's completely unnecessary war.
Up 53 cents in your state, 64 cents nationwide. That is pain at the pump. What's the answer? What do you want to see the White House do?
Yeah, so the figures here so the figures I just cited track the national average. It's, like I said, it was about 60 cents from $2.99 to $3.59 a gallon. And what's amazing is we're not talking about over a year. We're talking about in the matter of 10 days. So look, the quicker we bring this military exercise or operation in Iran, this war, for lack of a better term, the sooner we bring this to a close, the better. We have an administration that has not yet said why they launched this effort and what exactly the goal is. Is it regime change? Hegseth says yes. Donald Trump says no. Rubio says something in between. Whatever Trump says yesterday is different than today. It'll be different tomorrow. Why are we there? When is this ending? What is the mission? We have no answers to this whatsoever. And I say it is time for the co-equal branch of government, otherwise known as the United States Congress, to finally exercise its power. But under Republican leadership, it absolutely refuses to do so.
The White House is calling the price spikes temporary, and your Republican colleagues don't seem too concerned about it yesterday. Here's House Speaker Mike Johnson.
It will take a couple of weeks, but gas prices will come back down. So this is a temporary blip in an extraordinary trend, a return to American energy dominance. The evidence speaks for itself.
I know it was hard to hear, but he called it a blip. Are you convinced this is just a blip and just temporary?
No, I'm not. And, you know, I look, no offense to politicians like myself, but when it comes to matters like this, I look to the experts. And there's a lot of uncertainty right now in the markets because we just don't know how much permanent damage has been done to infrastructure. Even last night was quizzing a number of officials who are experts in this field, and they themselves could not predict what prices would be a week or a month or a year from now, even if this military operation or war were to stop today, because we just don't know how much damage has been done. So, look, I don't know what the point of this is. It seems to me that the Venezuela military operation was the gateway drug for Donald Trump ordering this operation in Iran. I think that gave him the false expectations that this would somehow be simple. Iran's a nation of 90 million people of all sorts of different ethnicities. It's not just Persian. It's an incredibly complicated and complex country. This is a terrible mistake, and the sooner we end this, the better.
And as a ranking member of the Budget Committee, I know you are requesting a CBO analysis on the cost of this war. The Washington Post is now reporting that the Pentagon estimates that early Iran strikes cost $5.6 billion in munitions in the war's first 2 days alone. How do you hope to follow the money, and what's your plan if the administration asks for more money to fund this war campaign?
Yeah, so first, I mean, the media had been reporting it was $1 billion a day. I said on your network a few days ago, whoever was saying that was wrong. I mean, it's clearly well north of $1 billion a day. Over $5 billion over the course of 48 hours would suggest it's $2.5 billion a day. The reality is, if you were to take that money and instead devote it toward health care, you would actually be able to extend all of the Obamacare subsidies, which would save the health care of 5.3 million Americans. So this administration is willfully choosing adventurism in Iran over providing for the health care of the American people. It is wrong. It makes no strategic sense. And I think it's unconscionable.
Congressman Brendan Boyle, thank you for taking the time. We appreciate it.